Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Just to share my thoughts on how we may go about in implementation. Implementation should be scenario oriented, and we are already on the same flow. Scenario means one service, for example, one manifest or one journey and manifest processing, but it should be sort of end to end, not a dangling process. Now, the understanding is that for that particular scenario, our system should be ready. Now, what does it mean? A system should be ready. System should be ready means, yeah, my all software application integration should be working. For example, in the case of the manifest scenario, there are 5 agencies, though all those connections should be working. Now, let's a little bit understand that it's not the computer or the system or the hardware and software. Behind it, there is a person. Lots of things will be automated, but a person, a manager, a supervisor, an auditor, a custom officer has to take decisions behind it, right? And that person works according to some known steps because they have worked in a particular way last 15 years. Now we are changing those ways tremendously, I mean, almost totally. And those steps have to be kind of notified. So me as a custom officer, I will not be able to press assess button because that pressing that assess button is a legal implication that it has been it has a legal value. So it has to come through some administrative notification and the policy that they have been authorized to do like this in the new system, and that should be through a notification. Now let's look at it like this, that it's not the one system actually in terms of hardware and software. We say the computer part. The system is connected to lot of subsystem within the system and a lot of external systems like banking, like terminal, or the carriers. So they're all kind of working, and each system then has its own dependencies with their accounting system, with their HR system. And likewise, the person who is working behind is not working in isolation. He is working under his supervisor as a manager, and the manager is working under the command of, so they are working in organization hierarchies. And obviously the steps that we are saying, those steps are not also in isolation. They are part of a intricate system in each organization. And the document in itself, which is actually part of a lot of other documents, we make a changes somewhere that will now a manifest in the new system will be filed like this. So it has an implication on some other notification that the documents in the older system, now that particular document will not be filed over there. So it has an implication over there as well. So these are the 4 P's typically of the system, that the people, processes, platform, and policy all have to be in harmony and refreshed and updated, geared to make it work like a 4-wheel vehicle. Any one of them not working or not refreshed, simple, that service cannot work. And the thing to understand is that whenever we are going to launch a scenario, we are going to send very clear signals to each component of these systems and their subsystems. That is how we are going to do, and we are ready for this and all this. And the same scenario to the HR part, that guys, now you are 10 of them, 2 of them will be working in the new scenario like this. They can only work if their manager has instructed them and issued a notification, and HR internal postings have been done, and their CEO is also in the DG is also in the know. Likewise, it has an implication on what documents and each organization needs to be ready. So now the changes do come. Changes are inevitable because in all these interactions, any party can have a genuine request to no, I want things to be done here because my business is getting impacted like this. Now for each change, it's not that the change affects only one part of this component, it affects only some data elements in the XML. If it is like this, yeah, still the person needs to be freshed, which means he needs to be retrained and oriented, because this is a small change that we are coming up. Are you aware of it? That may be a half an hour session, and that may be a 1-day full workshop. That person will able to to act upon it if the supervisor is also in the know and the CEO is also in the know, the DG also is aware that this sort of change is coming. And the same goes. So this change has a lot of, you can say, a chain reaction effect or a ripple effect at a lot of places, and each of them has to be refreshed. Now, this is one part of it, but important thing to understand is lots of preparation that needs to be done whenever you divert a living traffic. How custom system is different from a sales tax or excise system is, it's a living heart surgery. Customs has to deal with the running traffic, and it is creating a diversion, so it has to make a lot of signals, pre-warnings that we are going to do this, going to do this, going to do this. And it's not just one organization. For example, just manifest scenario, there are 5 organizations. In each organizations, it's going to be kind of impacted. Each organization is going to have an impact on their operations. Initially, obviously, it's a jerky a little bit, but after a smooth transition, then obviously it's eventually smooths out and irons out into a beautiful process. But signals go to every organization in all these components with every change and with every new service rolling on. And the important part is, when these sort of interventions come, and they do come when the systems are upgraded, launched, and this is a big transformation. This is not a simple upgrade. There are lots of raise of hands, help, 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 for genuine reasons, because people are not aware at the last moment sometimes. They are just posted last day and they could not be trained and all that. A very responsive and knowledgeable support system of various level 1, level 2, level 3 should be ready to meet those high call levels. It's all doable. Today, KL is making a big change in its water supply system, and almost the KL Central and the entire KL, for 2 days, there's no water. Big change. Every household, every hotel, every restaurant, every business getting impacted. But they're managing the change. They have notified it well behind, and they're doing it. So it's doable. But what comes out very clear and obvious, which must not be underestimated, is the change management. Are those people being refreshed? The systems, the integrations, the notifications, the policies, and a lots of communication effort which a dedicated teams can, inshallah, manage.